Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to swipe the custom button I made on your Retroid 5. All the custom made buttons are available from my Etsy store. In front of me we have the Retroid 5 Black, GameCube and Pocket Mini. I have already installed the PS button on the black one. So in this video I will install the Xbox and PS hybrid button onto the GameCube RP5. On the hybrid buttons, we will have two gaming button layouts combined into a single button. Before we get into the button installation process, let's compare the button noise between those three devices first. I'm not sure if you can hear the difference, but I believe the buttons I made are less noisy than the stock buttons on the RP5. Okay, I will leave more button sounds test at the end of this video. If you want more button sounds test, you can go to the end of this video. Now let's get the button swipe done. First, make sure you turn off your RP5. Then remove the SD card if you have one. If you don't have one, just keep the SD card cover unplugged. Next, remove both thumb sticks by simply pulling them up. Those sticks I have here is custom made by me. They have a very low profile compared to the stock ones. The yellow one is the stock stick. As you can see, mine are slightly smaller and also lower. Now let's remove the other stick. Then we can flip the device to the back. There are 4 screws on the back need to be removed. You will need a small Phillips screwdriver to do this. You will also need a plastic prying to open out the back shell, so just something like this. Add a small Phillips head screwdriver, that's all you need. Okay, now let's quickly get out of the 4 screws on the back. They are all same size screws, so don't worry about mess up here. Once all 4 screws are removed, we will use the plastic prying to open up the back plate. You can either start from the L1 or R1 button. Those two areas have a bigger gap to get the prying tool in. I will start from the L1 button area. When you're doing this, make sure don't push too hard on it. Just slowly follow the gap and be a little bit patient here. After you have the top area opened, then move to the side here and use the prying to get in from here. You will hear some plastic clip sounds during this process. This is normal. From this side, you can open the back plate all the way to the bottom area. After this side is opened, just move to the opposite side and repeat the same process. Now the back plate should be completely off. Then first we will remove the R2 shoulder button. There are 3 screws holding down the R2 button. We can simply unfasten them. You don't have to take the screws off. There is a strong magnet next to the shoulder button. It will be really difficult to put them back in. So just make sure they are loose, then you can remove the R2 button. The 3 screws are still attached to the button. Next, we are going to remove the speaker, so this will give us more space to work with. So all we need to do is remove those 2 screws here. Those 2 screws are smaller, so when you put them back, make sure to use the small ones. Then we can slowly lift the speaker, and we don't need to unplug the speaker, just leave it outside the shell. When you're doing this kind of work, just make sure you put all the screws in one place and don't lose them. Then we can unfasten the joystick. There are two screws holding down the joystick. Those are longer ones. After the screws are removed, we need to unlock the speaker ribbon cable first. And slowly pull the ribbon cable and joystick away to remove the cable. Next, we are going to unlock the L1 ribbon cable and slowly pull it out. Just be careful when you're doing this one. This cable is very weak. If your L1 button falls out just like mine, please don't worry, just remember to put it back when you put everything together. Okay, let's unlock this L1 ribbon cable, then slowly remove it. Next, we are going to remove those two screws that are holding down this circuit board. There is no need to remove this big cable here, just keep it connected. Once those two screws are taken out, now we can slowly flip the circuit board inwards. Now we can easily remove the face button. As you can see, the button and the rubber pad are one piece on the stock buttons. They are actually glued together. Here, all we need to do is use your fingernail, slowly separate the button and the rubber pad. When you are separating them, make sure to use your nail to cut in at the bottom of the button. That's where they are glued together. They will be easily separated this way. So just repeat the process for all 4 buttons. Once you completely remove the button off the rubber pad, now just put the new button into the shell and reverse all the previous steps and put everything back together. I'm not going to guide you step by step to put everything back, but I will show the rest of the process at 2 times speed. quick sound test how noisy this thing is. Yeah, that's pretty much all. This is PS. Also, I did this one on my PSP 1000. Yeah, that's pretty much all. This is the PlayStation button. See, so I already did on the black RP5. It's beautiful on the black one.